But I kind of feel bad for my okay, cool, because I made sure.
Drew's pissed, everyone.
Oh
Welcome
boy,
to episode
I'm
16.
mad.
Drew's pissed.
Don't get me started. I got
sounds
Karen'd.
Drew got truly Karen'd in an act of, probably the most aggression I've heard of in a while.
Yeah.
Out of a person. So, Drew, I think this one can slide. This resentment is for free.
I'm indulging in this resentment until I let it go. I'm going to wish she wins the lottery or whatever.
It'll go. Wish she wins the lottery. Is that how you cure resentment?
Not really.
You wish the person wins the lottery?
No. If it's a strong enough resentment, then my sponsor always says, well, wish that they get everything that you want or everything that they want in life and keep.
No, it's just an extension of what's that prayer? It's God, this is a sick person.
Yeah.
But you say, and I hope they win the lottery.
Yeah. Yeah. Ain't nothing but a toddler having a tantrum, and I hope they win the lottery.
Yeah.
Well, yeah.
Cool.
I mean, did we already read the sick person thing in the book?
I don't think so.
Oh, we're going to get into
foreshadowing?
that. Oh, my God.
I
think I just foreshadowed.
I know. Did you bring your book?
Mm-hmm.
We're not into. There
What?
it is. Good. I don't know. Did we get Wait. We finished how it works.
Uh-huh.
So we did.
We're at 5 now. We'll get into it.
Oh, we're not at resentment. Okay, cool.
We're like in it.
We
We're
did.
like in it.
We did resentments, but we didn't do.
Yeah.
We did. Okay.
We went how to write down our
I
resentments.
almost spilled everything.
Hey, let's pause and say
Let's be right
hello.
here. Yes. Hey guys.
Hey.
Mwah.
Mwah, mwah, mwah.
That's a triple dog kiss for you.
I'm Drew and I'm an alcoholic.
I'm Taylor. I'm an alcoholic today.
This is episode, what is it, 16?
16.
Out of here.
Lucky number 16.
Sweet 16.
Yeah, it's our Sweet
Of
16.
the Sober Boy podcast.
What did you get us?
Ooh, not a Lexus, but an Acura.
That's
Having like a tantrum now.
Lexus is just the luxury division of Toyota.
Yeah.
So same thing.
Pretty much.
I would honestly rather
no
have
Porsche,
a Lexus.
but a Hyundai.
I'd rather have a. Well, that's a very steep drop off.
Yeah.
If it's a free car though.
Well, I'm trying to go back to the super sweet 16s of the 2008s and 9s of the MTV era, and where the
TV show
where the Sweet 16 teenagers would want their special car, fancy car, and they would flip a lid if it was anything but.
Yeah. You think that was the producers though saying?
Oh yeah, it was all edited.
Gosh.
I was a girl in my high school had one of the shows. She had her Super Sweet 16.
Dang.
I was not invited because I was not cool enough.
That's too bad. What's her name?
I don't remember.
Dox her. What's her address?
I don't remember. I just remember that she had Webster give out the invitations with her.
Webster?
Emmanuel Lewis. I swear to
Really?
God.
Wait,
yeah.
How? Where? You grew up here. Does he live
I was a
here?
peer of the peer.
Is he a rich guy? This girl's a rich girl.
This girl's a rich girl.
Really rich? Sounds like
Yeah.
a really rich thing.
Yeah,
What did
her dad was like
parents
a rap producer.
Did you say, Did you say she was on My Sweet?
Yeah.
Okay, the show. Okay.
And so there's students for I was a sophomore and she was a junior year.
Yeah.
And she invited some sophomores, but it wasn't that I wasn't cool enough. I was just so far away from her friend group. I never spoke to her.
God.
I didn't really care.
Yeah.
But I had a friend go to it. And
Yeah.
he's like, I don't know why I'm invited to this thing. I don't know.
Yeah.
And he, they cut out most of his stuff, but they left in one of his famous lines. He just went to troll before trolling was even a thing.
Yeah.
And he's like, this party's so great. It makes me think so much better of her or whatever her name is.
Yeah.
She's so much better than us.
Yeah.
She's that, but he said it like deadpan. He was great.
That's a good. That's like something he did the producing.
Yeah.
He did
and then there's another situation where in the main drama of the plot was a senior boy got drunk and caused a ruckus at the party.
Yikes.
And Jermaine Dupri had to take him away.
Jermaine Dupri was.
He was like the godfather of the girl.
Okay. Is he like a famous guy?
You know who Jermaine Dupri is?
No,
Oh,
no.
man, your Ohio is showing.
Hey, you know so much more than me about.
He's a very
pointless
famous rapper
stuff.
producer.
Jermaine
Dupri.
Jermaine Dupri.
Jermaine Dupri. Anyways,
That's fun.
And the senior guy who got drunk was like a peer leader.
Yeah.
And at high school, he got kicked out of the peer leader.
Oh, because of TV.
And then we had a sit down session of our literature teacher was like, you guys, it's important not to be too bogged down in material stuff. Like he was trying to make it a point.
Yeah.
Anyway, so that's my super sweet 16 story.
So is your resentment at the neighbor, or really is it at the super sweet 16?
You know, I think it goes that far.
How far
deep.
back does it go?
It goes, all right. Well, that was my own very own tangent that I made myself.
And that's how you stayed sober today?
That's how I stayed sober today. We're at episode 16. I stayed sober today. Well, Taylor, how did you stay sober today so
What
far?
are you asking me all of a sudden about?
I don't know.
What did I do? I woke up, I prayed.
I love woken up.
I love getting woke up. I woke up, I prayed.
I love getting woke up.
I woke up, give me a smooch, and I prayed on my knee.
Just one knee like a Tebow?
Yeah, because my right knee is just messed up
Yeah.
permanently now, I guess. And then I talked to like 3 or 4 alcoholics on the phone.
Woo!
It was good. I know.
Giving me the
my.
It's better than I did. Well,
alcoholically
there's
hot.
no, this is not a competition. But
Yeah.
if it was, you would beat me because
That's okay.
I was deep in my feelings today, to be honest. But I did wake up. I did pray. I did not go to the meeting that I planned to go to. And this is one of the last days that I will have in a while to do absolutely nothing. So I did absolutely nothing.
Nice. That's okay.
But I did call a guy, and a guy called me, and I had a therapy session, and I worked out. And I
Yeah.
consider my workout my meditation. So
Nice.
I really didn't want to work out, so I'm pat on my back.
Right now, it's your favorite meeting of the week, anyways.
Yeah.
so-
Now we're at my favorite
Yeah.
meeting of the week.
Yeah, and then we get to go to one after this.
All right. Well, oh shoot, I forgot to do the
The PSA.
PSA.
Let them have it.
Can you? Will you be able to edit this at the beginning?
Do I
Or is
need
it
to?
All right. I guess
It's at the
not.
beginning enough.
Okay, we
We're
haven't done
only
anything.
6 minutes
All
in.
right, here's the PSA, then we'll get into it. All right, Sober Boys Podcast in no way represents the official opinion of the Central Office of Alcoholics Anonymous, nor does it represent the actual opinions of any official 12-step programs. They are merely the opinions of Drew or Taylor, and they're for entertainment value only, but we also hope to help you out in any way we can.
Oh my God, you're like that guy that is on a drug commercial, but he reads the side effects really fast. Wow. Oh, okay. No, now you do the side effects of listening to this podcast.
Side effects of listening to this
yeah.
podcast: severe itchiness in a place that you can't quite get to. The urge to sing show tunes.
Yeah.
Having facts of the Revolutionary War just pop up in your head.
Yeah.
I'm very sorry for that.
Yeah.
By the way, Napoleon. Have you seen the trailer?
No. Wait, is it Joaquin Phoenix?
Yes. Joaquin Phoenix
Does it look
is
good?
playing Napoleon in
Let's
a period drama
Sweet.
about Napoleon Bonaparte
Okay.
coming out on Thanksgiving, and it's directed by Ridley Scott.
Oh my God.
And I think he's going to do a great job because Ridley Scott directed Gladiator, and it's the
Alien.
same feeling. I'm going to be out there the day before. Everyone's going to be lined up for Black Friday, but I'm going to be lined up for Napoleon.
Are you gonna dress up
Should I? No, I'm
as Napoleon?
too tall.
Too tall.
You can dress
well,
up for Napoleon.
people said he was short, but he's not that short.
Nah, that's what I said. And I think
Okay. Oh,
I'm
man.
sorry, I'm excited. It looks great.
Yeah.
It looks great.
Yeah.
And Napoleon was pretty much, for lack of a better word, well, I would say antisocial, but like kind of autistic.
Yeah.
And like it's like the perfect casting because Joaquin Phoenix is so antisocial, but such a great actor.
He kind of looks like him. I mean, you picture an actor playing
Yeah.
Napoleon, you're not gonna have.
He doesn't care about human emotions. He just cares about mathematical tacticians of the battlefield.
That's really he was autistic for sure.
He had to be.
And that's fine.
I'm really excited about it. All right,
good.
that's my
I'm
daily.
glad you told me about it because I
Daily
didn't know.
Napoleon does.
I still gotta see the Barbie movie.
Barbie and Oppenheimer,
Yeah, I want to see them both.
John Jacob
Why-
Oppenheimer Smith.
There's like people are like posting. It's like, oh, here's the marketing for Barbie movie, and here's the marketing for Oppenheimer. Is it just because they're coming out at the same time?
It's become an internet meme to watch. Yeah, it's coming out the same day
Yeah.
to double feature
Okay.
Barbie and Oppenheimer, and the comedic value is they're complete opposites.
Yeah, they're good.
Yeah.
I'm excited. I like Christopher Nolan.
Yeah, he can get a little into himself. If that makes sense.
Yeah.
But he's also a very talented filmmaker. So
Yeah.
it's like, do I see this? Is it Interstellar or is it a Memento?
He did Batman.
Interstellar
too,
bad,
right?
Memento good. In
He
my
did
opinion.
Batman's, right?
He did the bat. He
Wait,
did. He
did-
did the good Batman's.
Wait, did he do Memento?
Yeah.
I saw that. I liked it
Yeah.
a while, like many summers ago.
In English, it's moment.
Many moons ago. What? Wait, what?
I said in English, the movie is moment.
Oh, because Memento is not English. What is it? Latin?
I was making a joke.
Cause
Uno momento.
that went over my head.
Yeah, sorry. No, Christopher Nolan's really talented, so it should be really fun. And Cillian Murphy, man, he's just
he's great.
He's icy cold eyes.
He inspired the undercut haircut everyone was getting for a minute.
Is that like the shave?
Yeah.
Thing? Yeah.
And now everyone's getting my haircut.
Well, yeah, I skipped my haircut appointment on accident. I forgot I was scheduled, and so now I'm growing a nice little mullet too.
It's okay. I think everyone looks good with a mullet. You tell me who doesn't. You can put a mullet on a dog. That dog will look good.
I mean, it depends on your definition of what good is.
Can I run a joke by you and see if you like it?
Yeah, and then we
we'll
we
get
gotta
into
get into the.
We're gonna get into it.
Yeah.
We have to get to a meeting.
It's all cracked open.
It's steaming. I did it last night for the first time. It went kind of well. It's I think everyone has like a different pain tolerance, and I think your pain tolerance depends on how hard the doctor slapped your ass when you were born.
Oh, okay.
Like if the doctor gave you just a little baby smack, you're probably going to be a big wimp. But if that doctor beat the shit out of you, you're probably going to be a Navy SEAL.
Okay. I thought you were going to be dominated into BDSM.
Maybe. That makes more sense.
Navy SEAL or BDSM?
Yeah. And then I was like, what?
Try both. Try Navy SEAL
and
then try BDSM and see which works. It could not work to an audience.
Just not trying to make it sexual.
Yeah.
But then last night I thought I just riffed and then I guess.
But instead of mistress, you call the lady doctor.
That's a good tag. That's good. Yeah. And then I said I just riffed it and then I guess if you the doctor kind of only beats you up a little bit, you might be like a UPS driver or something.
Okay, it's career wise.
Yeah.
I like that.
It determines your career. How much a doctor beats the heck out of you
determines your career
job.
path.
Yeah. So that's that idea.
Yeah, and if he beats you too hard, you're either the dominator, you're either the mistress or the simp.
Or if the baby beats up the doctor, baby becomes the doctor.
Yeah, that's just law.
That's any job. You beat up somebody, you get
part of the
job.
Napoleonic Code.
Is it really?
No, it could be though. They had some weird stuff. All right, well,
time to go.
We're getting into chapter 6. For those of you that are just listening into your first one and you're like 16, that sounds good. I'm gonna start here.
Yeah.
Hey, welcome.
We've really got a hang of it.
And we are going through the first 164 pages of the big book.
Drew broke my chair earlier, by the way.
I did. It was a metal steel chair.
Destroyed my chair.
Shout out Larry Munson.
It was coming. It was coming for a long time. So, but chapter 6.
If Lindsey Scott didn't, he had to run all the way and score a touchdown in the 1980s Georgia-Florida game. That's why I broke a chair.
Oh no.
That was a
Is this the next thing you know more about?
No, it's a Georgia. It's a Georgia football reference.
I saw a thing last night that Ohio State odds to win the national championship are 15-2. I don't know if that's good or bad.
2 is the Georgia quarterback and the Georgia defense.
So is Georgia?
Got
him. But is Georgia probably?
We're going to be the favorite.
You lost some people, didn't you?
Yeah, but we also game people. I don't want to make this a football podcast.
No, it's not a football podcast.
That's my bad. Anyways, to those of you who are new, we were reading through the first 164 pages of the Big Book of Alcoholics Anonymous.
Here we are.
It's a nice, shining example of what one does with a sponsor in the AA program.
I got a good compliment of our podcast last night.
Oh yeah,
my friend Andrew Chance. He was my boss at Six Flags at the Cowboy Show.
All right,
and then now he's just a comedian.
Now he's just a cowboy on his own. Just doing it freelance.
I was freelance cowboy. I'm sure you could. But he was saying last night at Ship and Anchor where a mic is, he was saying his wife, he says, I haven't listened to the podcast yet, but my wife does, and she likes it. She likes how bad you guys are at reading.
Oh, yeah.
She likes how bad we are at reading. So thank you for the in-person review.
Well, we just like to be like normal. Like
I didn't think we were that bad at reading, but how are we bad at reading?
Maybe we can do a poll and see who's worse. I think we're equally pretty.
In what way are we bad at reading?
We're pretty normal.
I think it's we just get distracted.
I've always been not great at reading out loud because I feel like I was probably had some sort of identified learning disability.
I think I do too.
That's just a personal how I feel. You can't challenge
I bet I could be described or prescribed, diagnosed ADHD or something, but
All right. Well, we're gonna poorly.
really got to, yeah,
we're gonna
we really-
poorly get into this. It's called Chapter 6 Into Action. Do you want to badly start, or do you want to badly start?
I'm going to badly start.
Okay.
Thanks, Ariana. Thanks so much. Now we're self-conscious. Having
Yeah, how's that a
made
good
our
compliment?
personal inventory, what shall we do?
All
How
right.
is that?
You kinda-
No, we like that. We're messing.
We're just messing around.
We're just messing. We like it. We like that we're bad at reading. Here we go.
Yeah, I'll convince myself that in a little bit.
No hard feelings. Okay, chapter 6, Into Action. Having made our personal inventory, what shall we do about it? We have been trying to get a new attitude, a new relationship with our Creator, and to discover the obstacles in our path. We have admitted certain defects. We have ascertained in a rough way what the trouble is. We have put our finger on the weak items in our personal inventory. Now these are about to be cast out. This requires action on our part, which, when completed, will mean that we have admitted to God, to ourselves, and to another human being the exact nature of our defects. This brings us to the fifth step.
All right, the fifth element.
It's
I mean,
here.
the fifth step.
The Fifth Element, starring Bruce Willis. Recently
Multipass.
retired Bruce Willis. Wait, is that the movie?
Yeah.
Okay, good. In the program of recovery mentioned in the preceding chapter, this is perhaps difficult, especially discussing our defects with another person. We think we have done well enough in admitting these things to ourselves. There is doubt about that. In actual practice, we usually find a solitary self-appraisal insufficient. Many of us thought it necessary to go much further. We will be more reconciled to discussing ourselves with another person when we see good reasons why we should do so. The best reason first. If we skip this vital step, we may not overcome drinking.
Oh, there you go. That's a pretty good.
Time
reason.
after time, newcomers have tried to keep to themselves certain facts about their lives. Trying to avoid this humbling experience, they have turned to easier methods. Almost invariably, they got drunk. Having persevered with the rest of the program, they wondered why they fell. We think the reason is that they never completed their house cleaning. They took inventory all right, but hung on to some of the worst items in stock. They only thought they had lost their egoism and fear. They only thought they had humbled themselves, but they had not learned enough about humility, fearlessness, and honesty in the sense we find it necessary until they told someone else all their life story.
So you can't do 4 and 5. Well, you can do 4 by yourself, but you cannot do 5 by yourself.
No, you'll get in trouble with God.
Yeah, he'll be like, no,
And then he makes you drink again. That's why if you don't share it, God makes you drink.
It's a game we call do the 5th step with somebody else or drink.
The classic AA trope.
No, I mean, realistically, it's kind of impossible to see outside yourself because the only voice that you hear is yourself. So we're doing the 5th person with somebody else primarily to gain full perspective of said resentments, what have you, what we went through. And
This time
the
around,
last
my
show.
sponsor said maybe I do my 5th step with not him.
Is he tired of hearing your shit?
No, I think he's really trying to hope I get it this time.
Okay, he's
really
like, we'll
wants
try
me to
it.
get
We'll
it.
do everything different.
Yeah, he really wants me to get it, which is really sweet.
Well, we'll get into that. I'll pick it up.
We'll get into it. That's what you sounded like for a second. Okay, your turn.
Back to the book. More than most people, the alcoholic leads a double life. He's very much the actor. The outer world he
A
presents
double wide?
a double wide trailer, a double life.
A double wide.
He is very much the actor. The outer world he presents his stage character. This is only, as Shakespeare says,
Life
is but a sexy stage. And to the characters, you are but a lady.
but a vehicle. But a vehicle.
We nailed it. I'm sorry. I want to go back to this paragraph.
I took Shakespeare in college,
Nice.
so you should have me do that.
I mean, you went to Ohio University, so you kind of did.
Yeah, they had a pretty good acting program.
I'm sorry.
They had a pretty good acting
That's
program.
my last thing for the whole month. I'm going to be nicer
About
to
Ohio University?
Yeah. No, about Ohio in general.
Oh.
Because when you said you didn't know who Jermaine Dupri is, I said your Ohio is showing.
Yeah.
And so that's the last thing I'll
You ever
say.
heard of Jim Tressel?
Yeah.
Dang it.
Yeah,
You
he
ever
wears
heard-
a sweater vest.
Hold on. How about
Boschem, no, that's
that's Michigan.
Yeah.
I was trying to think of who's the Victoria's Secret guy that was friends with Jeffrey Epstein.
I don't know. We're getting way off track. We got to get back into it.
You're right, we
Back
do.
to the paragraph that I began reading. I'll read it
They're
again.
relapsing all around us. Trevor.
More than most people, the alcoholic leads a double life. He is very much the actor. To the outer world, he presents his stage character. This is the one he likes his fellows to see. He wants to enjoy a certain reputation, but knows in his heart he doesn't deserve it. The inconsistency is made worse by the things he does on his sprees. Coming to his senses, he's revolted at certain episodes he vaguely remembers. These memories are a nightmare. He trembles to think someone might have observed him. As fast as he can, he pushes these memories far inside himself. He hopes that they will never see the light of day. He is under the constant fear and tension that makes for more drinking. Yeah, it's that catch-22. I don't want to think about the things that I did drinking, so I'll drink to numb that and forget, and then more things are created.
I remember one time, this was during the pandemic, I think, maybe not, but I had been I remember I was living in Clarkston. I went to Memorial Drive, and this is when I first started smoking crack in Atlanta. And I went...
Good old days.
Yeah. Before it was really that bad. It was when it was fine. But I had like 3 homeless guys in my car and went to these apartments, and this apartment was just...
You're the Pied Piper of homeless people?
Kinda. Yeah.
What the world?
But then we went to this apartment that was just just awful inside. The ceiling tiles were missing, drop ceiling for some reason, one couch, that's it. And I was smoking crack on this couch, and my car was manual, and this guy wanted to borrow my car, but he couldn't drive manual. So he had me drive him to an apartment complex, and he kept calling someone, they wouldn't pick up. So he wants to get out of my car and say, hey, can I borrow your phone? And as collateral, you can hold my gun. And so he gave me his gun, which I could have just to get out, but I'm not.
It's pretty solid collateral.
Yeah.
You could shoot him if he runs.
And then he comes back, nothing happens, but then I get back there at like 5 a.m. and he gets out of my car. I'm like, I need to go home. I go home. But then like the next day I saw like a scratch on my rim, on my tire, or my wheel, and for some reason I fucked up everything. But it's just like, remember that feeling of like, wow, I really embarrassed myself.
I had a memory, and I thought it was bad, but yours is a lot more colorful than mine. My memory, when I thought of like the bad things that I did, what I barely remembered was peeing on the 4th level of a parking deck at a UGA dorm.
Nice.
And
like peeing off an edge?
Yeah, just peeing
that's
down. Not
cool.
on people, but I was like, if somebody walks this their waterfall, baby.
Give me a smooch.
But yours was more fun to listen to.
But here's what, because even though I was with people I didn't know, I still know. The shame is still the shame doesn't go even if you're the only one that knows.
Yeah, so these weird shit that we're talking about right now, I'll replace my page. But this weird shit and this, embarrassing stuff that we're talking about, we share with somebody else.
Yeah.
Because we're both sharing embarrassing stories.
Yeah.
And we're not the only ones, and although it's different, it's also the same type of feeling. And so in the 5th step, the sponsee shares with the sponsor, or the sponsee or like the person shares with somebody else, and they realize
a doctor, a lawyer.
Yeah, the world's not coming to an end.
Maybe not the police.
They can accept it and move on.
Yeah.
All right, I was able to read one paragraph. Let's continue.
One.
Yeah. Psychologists are inclined to agree with us. We have spent thousands of dollars for examinations. We know but few instances where we have given these doctors a fair break. We've seldom told the whole truth, nor have we followed their advice. Unwilling to be honest with these sympathetic men, we were honest with no one else. Small wonder many in the medical profession have a low opinion of alcoholics for their chance of recovery. We must be entirely honest, big old emphasis on that, with somebody if we expect to live long or happily in this world. Rightly and naturally, we think well before we choose the person or persons with whom to take this intimate and confidential step. Probably your sponsor. Those of us belonging to a religious denomination which requires confession must, and of course, will want to go to the properly appointed authority whose duty it is to receive it. I've heard of people going to a Catholic priest. It's kind of old school. Though we have no religious connection, we may still do well to talk with someone ordained by an established religion. They are there to serve. We often find such a person quick to see and understand our problem. Of course, we sometimes encounter people who do not understand alcoholics. If we cannot, or rather if we cannot or would rather not do this, we search our acquaintance for a closed-mouth, understanding friend, perhaps our doctor or psychologist who will be the person. It may be one of our own family, but we cannot disclose anything to our wives or our parents which will hurt them and make them unhappy. That's not until step 9. I'm just kidding. We have no right to save our own skin at another's expense. That's important.
You know the classic AA slogan, do no harm.
Yeah. Or the harm will follow. I don't know. Yep. I made that up. Such parts of our story we tell to someone who will understand, yet be unaffected. The rule is we must be hard on ourselves, but always considerate of others. Notwithstanding the great necessity for discussing ourselves with someone, it may be one is so situated that there is no suitable person available. If that is so, this step may be postponed. Only, however, if we hold ourselves in complete readiness to go through it at the first opportunity. We say this because we are very anxious that we talk to the right person. It is important that we have that he be able to keep a confidence that he fully understand and approve what we are driving at, that he will not try to change our plan, but we must not use this as a mere excuse to postpone. Don't want to sit on that there 4th step too much.
Post Malone poem.
When we decide who is to hear our story, we waste no time. We have a written inventory, and we're prepared for a long talk. We explain to our partner that what we are about to do and why we have to do it. He should realize that we are engaged upon a life and death errand. Most people approached in this way will be glad to help. They will be honored by their confidence. So this is kind of like more of an old school way to 95% of the time, maybe more, it's going to be your sponsor that listens to your 4th step.
Yeah.
I think the emphasis on you got to do it right after you don't want to sit on it. Because it's a lot of...
The 5th?
You don't want to sit on your 4th.
4th, no.
You don't want to sit on like just all this stuff written out. You just don't want to like have that to yourself and not, you don't want to, by sit on it, I mean like have you like think about the stuff that you wrote. Because it becomes emotionally taxing.
There is someone that is, even though I've relapsed once, 2, 3 times with my current sponsor, I got through those, like I got through the
4th
inventory pretty fast.
Yeah.
So it's not an inventory problem for me.
Yeah.
I'm good at that.
Yeah. I would say like I'm talking percentage wise.
Yeah. No, but I was gonna say why I said that was there's someone at a meeting we both go to that like they comment a lot that they're sitting on their 4th step still.
Oh yeah, I haven't paid attention.
It's been like a year or
something. That's a
long
don't
time.
ever don't sit on your 4th step for let alone a month.
To each their own, but
yeah, but it's just an important thing to get out there.
Yeah,
and it's gonna take a second. Like I usually break up when I sit with a spot. I've done it 3 times. Sat with the sponsee, and heard their 4th step, and I usually do 2 sessions. Because we go through all those, it's different inventories. It's your, resentment inventory, fear inventory, sex inventory, harm's done inventory.
Sexy inventory.
Yeah, and the sexy one you want to spend the most time. No,
you want to wear some kind.
But it's like in 4 parts.
Yeah,
and you go, and it takes a while to go through everything.
Oh, you do all in different sessions? Mm-hmm. Oh, I've always done them all in one.
I do 2. Like I do usually inventory, maybe fears. It just depends, but it's usually done in 2.
Yeah.
2 sessions of like it's usually like 4 to 5 hours.
Yeah.
In all.
Okay. Yeah.
But it's teach their own. It's all different.
It can take a while.
But it's always suggested that it's be as thorough as possible. If you're thorough, rigorously honest, and have everything out in the open, then basically your side of the street is cleaned.
Yeah.
And you get to start in pretty much fresh.
Yeah.
And continue.
Keeping secrets is also especially hard after you do this, in my experience.
Yeah.
It's a lot harder to keep secrets after you've done this
because you don't want to do a whole nother 4th step.
And it almost like hurts to like, oh, if I lie about this or whatever, it's gonna like,
Yeah, it's a lot less. Yeah, it makes it a little more difficult to be dishonest after this. But it's not like a you did
Cure
bad
all.
thing.
Yeah.
It's not like a tisk tisk. How dare you step? It's you know, I've always felt, and I've done the 4-step pretty thoroughly. I would say like twice, maybe 2.5 times, but I felt like a weight has been lifted off.
Yeah.
Where I don't really have to give a shit about what people think of me or what I think of them because it's done. We talked about it. And so I get to move on and be a useful, serving, helpful person.
Wow. I got to talk to you about this book before I forget.
Oh, yeah?
It's good. Conversations with God.
Oh, which God is
So
this?
for whichever.
Oh, shit.
It's whichever.
Sweet.
It's kind of, it really kind of falls in line with the AA conception of a higher power.
An uncommon dialogue.
Yeah, it's not common at all.
Yeah?
It's good. I like
No,
it.
that's cool.
I recommend it. Let
By
me.
Neil Donald Walsh.
Yeah, that guy.
It's book 1, so there's multiple
Free plug.
books.
Oh, also, my brother wants to sponsor the podcast
Oh, yeah?
Yeah.
Oh, let's do it.
with his. We'll talk about it later.
Well, he hasn't done it yet because
No,
it's not at the beginning.
It's not. He's not in business yet.
What?
Once he's in business, I'll sponsor it.
It's a freaking fruit stand, okay? It's all like a scheme. We're gonna say it's a fruit stand, but it's actually like some other wispy, like behind closed doors thing. But we're gonna call it something. Don't even worry about it.
It's called Luxabot. It's gonna be great.
Oh,
It's gonna
yes.
really that change is gonna come. Might be doing it for free. So let's.
All right. Well, that
going.
sounds exciting. I'm excited for that coming up in the future. But let's
that's
go
all.
ahead.
Sorry, that's just business. Sorry, business section, business hour.
Let's
Just
go
doing
ahead and continue on, shall we?
Where were we? Okay, I'll
We
pick it up.
pocket our pride.
We pocket our pride.
Page 75 in the middle of the page. Pocket a pie. You can't pocket pie because it's too darn big.
God, we may be bad at reading, but we have some stick-to-itiveness that would make your grandma's socks run wild. We pocket our pride and go to
Grandma needs different socks, man. Shouldn't be doing
They're
that.
alive.
The fuck?
Guy that has sayings that no one else says.
Oh, it was traffic was so crazy. My grandma's socks were running wild.
I was at the grocery store today, and it was like a fruit stand full of angry caterpillars in there.
2 elks are better than 5
But
because
not-
5's just too much.
but no less than 6.
Oh man,
You,
a flourishing garden is a lot worse than a man with no legs.
you know how sometimes trees are alive and they pick you up and put you inside of them?
Was I just watching?
Wait a minute.
Was I just watching Lord of the Rings 2?
Lord of the Rings 2 with the trees. No, I'm pretty sure my grandpa used to say, trees will grab you and not give you back.
Yeah.
Okay, we're going to read now for real. I mean,
There we go.
we pocket our pride and go. That all happened because I said we pocket our pride.
Mm-hmm. How about that?
True, sometimes. We pocket our pride and go to it, illuminating every twist of character, every dark cranny of the past. Once we have taken this step, so,
You laughing at Cranny?
no, I saw it out of the corner of my eye and I thought it said creamy.
Oh, very
But it
dark and creamy.
I have like pre-dyslexia. I get it right when I get there,
Yeah.
but when I see it out of the corner of my eye, it looks like a different word.
Try it one more time.
I'm not even going to say it. Once we have taken this step, withholding nothing, we are delighted. We can look the world in the eye. We can be alone at perfect peace and ease. Our fears fall from us. We begin to feel the nearness of our Creator. We may have had certain spiritual beliefs, but now we begin to have a spiritual experience. The feeling that the drink problem has disappeared will often come strongly. We feel we are on the broad highway, walking hand in hand with the spirit of the universe. That's a good chapter. Or paragraph.
Yeah, those are also known as the 5th step promises.
Ooh.
Yeah, that's a good thing. Those things will actually happen.
Yeah,
They've
sometimes
happened for
quickly.
me. Sometimes even more quickly.
Sometimes so fast you could blink and they're gone.
Yeah, people see it in you before you see it in yourself. Sometimes slowly though.
Yeah, but at the end of the day, it's all gravy.
It's all under the gravy train.
At the end of the day, it's all the gravy that you had on
In the
your
middle of the
food.
day, it's too much gravy.
Oh no!
All right. This is a mess. This is a mess.
He's too much.
It's too much. I don't know why I had like a little accent
A
too.
jazz. It was very jazz.
Little bit of the day is too much gravy, boss.
Boss, there's too much gravy. The gravy factory, it's just overflowing. So now we're at the gravy factory.
We'll get through it.
Woo!
'Cause that's a really good paragraph, though,
Yeah.
in the middle of our jesting.
Someone that listens to the podcast asked, have you ever tried Sure, you read or are
Shit on our reading again?
No, he was saying like, are you reading the book with anyone else, like not in a joking way? It's like, this is not jokes. This is serious.
Yeah, no.
The jokes liven it up.
Yeah.
The jokes make the book better. This is a
Are
laughing matter.
you ever taking it seriously?
Not a lot of things. I take
it seriously by not having a fucking drink a day, bro.
Yeah, I think there is a seriousness to taking things seriously, but no, you can take things seriously, but while joking about them. I think.
Yeah, no, we're doing that.
Yeah.
We pause and say real stuff, and
Yeah.
then it's also, this book was written a long time ago, and there's some funny shit in it.
Yeah.
He says John Barleycorn sometimes. Yeah.
That's like a pull out of that's something Joe Biden would definitely say because he.
Me corn pop,
Yeah.
John Barleycorn.
Yeah, that was a really good Joe Biden impression.
Thanks. Oh, hey.
Come on,
Come on. Guys.
John Barleycorn.
John Barleycorn.
Right at the beach. You know, the sand.
Oh, boy.
Okay, that's enough of that.
We can read. I want to get to page. I want to get to end of 76. Can
I
we
want
do
to
that?
get to 103. Returning home, we find a place where we can be quiet for an hour. Oh, this is good too.
Yes.
Carefully reviewing what we have done, we thank God from the bottom of our heart that we know Him better. Taking this book down from our shelf, we turn to the page which contains the 12 steps. Carefully reading the first 5 proposals we have,
That's page 59.
we ask if we have omitted anything, for we are building an ark through which we shall walk a free man at last. Is our work solid so far? Are the stones properly in place? Have we skimped on the cement put into the foundation? Have we tried to make mortar without sand?
Really get into this metaphor right now.
These are the real metaphors,
Yeah.
not the joke ones we said.
Yeah.
It's not all jokes. If we can answer to our satisfaction, we then look at step 6.
Okay, so really quickly, we're gonna run right into step 6 and 7, like in a split second. So here we go.
That's right, they're so short.
In the book,
Well,
they're short.
An
Yeah.
hour. An hour these days? You heard of TikTok?
Yeah, so that's suggested is after you're done with the 5th step, after taking a look at everything, your whole inventory, which takes a long time.
Yeah.
It's suggested to meditate. I have been suggested at least 30 minutes and give that suggestion out.
Yeah.
And just look over everything,
Yeah.
see if you've omitted anything.
Yeah.
And then go to page 59 and be like, am I still on the course?
Yeah. I did an hour. I've done an hour a few times. One time I smoked a cigar.
Oh, nice. That's kind of fun.
Yeah.
If you're not quickly addicted to tobacco products like I am, I would not suggest that. But if
Yeah.
you're like chill with just smoking a cigar,
I'm like,
sounds kind of fun. It's a manly thing to do.
I'm kind of out on vaping. I'll smoke a cigar, but I went through a phase where I was really into nicotine, and now I'm just like, because the vapes are so bad for you.
Yeah.
They're so bad for you.
Anyways, we're going to get to
we go.
step 6 here.
If we can answer to our satisfaction, we then look at step 6. We have emphasized willingness as being indispensable. Are we now ready to let God remove us all the things which we have admitted are objectionable?
That's step 6.
Can He now take them all, every one? If we still cling to something, we will not let go. We ask God to help us be willing.
Now we're going to do step 7 with this prayer.
Yes.
Do you want me to read the prayer or you want to read the prayer?
Yeah, you do.
All right, sorry. When ready, we say something like this. I don't. I like to think of Bill W. being like, I don't know, something like this. And he's like writing.
I don't know. Sometimes it just comes out of my
It just
head.
comes out of my brain like crazy.
I don't know. I think God is talking through me. All of our impressions are now just like
Jersey boys.
Boston.
Somewhere up there. Wise guys.
Yeah.
They're all wise guys.
They're jabronis.
They're all wise guys or jabronis.
Yeah.
Hey, those are all the salt of the earth guys. Anyways, as Bill W. was saying,
Working a
when ready, we say something like this. My creator. All right.
Oh no.
Oh, no. I'll read it for real. When ready, we say something like this. My creator, I am now willing that. Come on,
It goes a
man.
little bit like this.
It goes a little something like this. Man, I'm gonna get through the
I know,
seven-step
okay.
prayer.
I will zip a zip.
My Creator, I am now willing that you have all of me, good and bad. I pray that you now remove from me every single defect of character which stands in the way of my usefulness to you and my fellows. Grant me strength as I go from here to do your bidding. Amen. We have now completed the seventh step.
Yes.
Damn. 6 and 7 in 2 paragraphs, 2 short paragraphs.
Crazy.
There's a larger description of steps 6 and 7 in the 12 and 12, which is a companion workbook. Not a workbook, but like a companion book with
AA
the steps.
approved.
Yeah, it is AA approved.
What's not AA approved? Probably.
This podcast.
That's our hope, though. One day.
But
Please,
this
please, AA, please just approve us.
now we have more action.
Can you imagine a meeting about this podcast? Where they listen to the podcast and they have a meeting about it.
That's gonna be my DL is gonna be
Yeah, you just bring the podcast.
just a compilation of us doing the wise guys.
Yeah. Which is so not in the spirit of what AA is about, but
Back to this. This is now we need more action, without which we find that faith without works is dead. Let's look at steps 8 and 9.
okay.
I guess we can stop there.
You think so?
Yes, 7:32.
We're at 40 minutes.
Yeah,
41
it
minutes.
is short.
That's not bad.
Um,
Let's get to 45 minutes and we'll fill the time.
Well,
How do you feel about what we've read so far?
Good. I want to talk a little bit more about 6 and 7 because we just like blazed right through it.
And we
So-
really junked it up with our.
Boy, we
Getting
have
off
we ever. But what they're talking about in those 2 paragraphs, and this is the more culty sounding thing if you're outside of AA, but people talk about their character defects. These are just like flaws of being a human being, right?
Yeah.
There can be, like an example, selfishness, dishonesty, laziness.
Being a jerk.
If you go to the 7 deadly sins, like
Yeah.
that, like that's just being a tiny little asshole.
Jerk
Still.
cutting in line.
Yeah, just like when this
Cheating on your
when
spouse.
when the lady was telling me I can't park there when I could have parked there today, I said, "Okay, cool,"
Yeah.
with a tone loudly for her
Yeah.
to show that I was disgruntled.
Yeah.
I could have just let it go
Classic.
and moved on and been like, fine.
Classic passive aggression.
Yeah. So that's a character defect. And so,
But then I'm making up more fights in my head.
yeah.
What? I'm heated. If that happened to me, then even if it's over, I go inside the house and I'm like,
Oh, yeah. I was always like what I should have said. Or
I
like
make
what
up
could
new
have
scenarios
happened.
where she comes down and fights me. Just all sorts of different stuff.
But
And that's a character defect right now.
what
right
six?
there.
So 6 is with 4 and 5. We get to identify what our biggest character defects are, what keeps coming up,
Yeah.
and then in 6 we're like, maybe I can't solve these by myself, and then you realize I can't, and then you pray to your higher power to help remove these character defects.
Yeah.
And it sounds like mystical, magical work,
Yeah.
but you just kind of like trust that through working the
Yeah.
program, your higher power, that you'll work through it and get better at it.
Do you think as you get old, because when I was a kid, I mean, I didn't even think about character defects or like, I feel like as I get older, I feel, yeah, sure, alcoholism feels like a progressive disease, illness, whatever. But then it also feels like other things in my life also are a progressive thing,
Yeah.
you know?
It's just one of the isms.
I feel like I just get older and I can't deal with life more and more.
Yeah. It's like, because life's not there to be dealt with sometimes.
Yeah.
And you're like, can I just have a break? Like today, I was like, this is one of the last days where I really am not going to be doing anything.
Yeah.
So I choose not to do anything. But you know what happens?
Yeah.
Is I feel shitty for not doing anything.
Yeah.
It's all like fucking.
It's hard. It's hard to be. And I think that's,
It can get really complex.
in those moments, it's like, I got to ask God for like, God, help me just be okay with
Yeah.
being lazy today.
That too, not to get too bogged down on yourself, because then that's
Right.
not counterintuitive.
Yeah.
But yeah, maybe.
Yeah.
But the beauty of this is
So
we
cute.
now get to become self-aware of our assholism.
Yeah.
Not a lot of people are,
Yeah.
and that kind of makes the world a little more difficult.
Yeah.
Like the lady that I was dealing with, she's just like a toddler having a tantrum.
Yeah.
And that's just like, she probably doesn't
Yeah.
have a way to deal with whatever she's going through.
And we hope she wins the lottery.
Yeah, I hope she wins. I hope she wins not like the biggest lottery,
No,
but like
no, like $150,000.
no, like 500,000.
Oh yeah, enough to like change your life for a little bit. You're not gonna be rich forever.
Yeah. So through action in these steps, you're like, oh shit. And there's something shared last night in the meeting that we were at, which I wanted to like raise my hand and be like, that's great. That's a great highlight of like a sudden awareness when working the steps. And someone said, I don't think they meant for them to make for me to have this realization. But anyways, someone said, oh shit, there's other people.
Yeah.
And so through working the steps, you're like, oh shit, I've been an asshole all this time.
Yeah.
And then you're like, oh shit, there's other people. And so
Just in the world.
it's like self-awareness and then awareness of your selfishness.
Yeah.
So you're like,
yeah.
I'm not, the world doesn't revolve around me. How can I be of service? That's like the psychic change, and my best description of like what changes if you do work in this program. You're like, oh shit, I've been an asshole, and oh shit, there's other people around.
I think this book helped me point out. I'll read this thing. It's real quick, and then we'll get out of here.
Yeah.
It's I really like this.
This is not from
No, this is not
the
AA
big
approved.
book.
This
This
is a
is
good book though.
this is
was
Jive Conversations with
so
a cool hip
this is
guy.
God speaking to this guy, and it's God saying, "I cannot tell you my truth until you stop telling me yours." And it was like what I interpreted that was like it feels like I've been a lot of times been treating my relationship with God very selfishly.
Yeah.
Like, what can I get out of this?
Yeah.
And even though I don't mean to,
It becomes a shopping list.
yeah, it's not like
or a
God,
wish list.
God, I want a toy fire truck. God, I want a new
want a
pair.
real fire
I want a real fire truck. But it's like I realize I treat it. I mean, I just treat the world around me and treat my relationship with God, with other people, selfishly, even when I don't even realize I'm doing it. And it's like, how can I truly act from a place of selflessness and not like even like how can I have no inkling of like what can I get out of it? It's like go to the soup kitchen. That's nice, but it makes me feel good.
Yeah.
How can I do this just strictly for the act of doing good?
I don't think you can.
Yeah, it's hard to.
I think it's very hard.
Because
to.
at the end of the day, it's like I was a good
that's-
boy today.
But that's what you. That's the third step prayer that we read before,
Yeah.
and I'll that's what the prayer that I try to pray every morning is God, not grant me serenity. What's the fucking third step prayer?
I offer myself to
I
thee.
offer, yes, offer. God, I offer myself to thee to build with me and do with me as I will.
Yeah.
Relieve me of the bondages of self. That's
Yeah.
me thinking in myself. Relieve me of the bondages of self so that why? Oh, man. I'm like put on the spot. I say this every single morning. This is embarrassing. God, I offer myself to
We'll
thee
do
to
a
build with
voiceover.
me and do with me as I will. Relieve me of the bondage of self that I might better do thy will.
Yeah.
Take away my difficulties, that victory over them may bear witness to those I will help with thy power, thy love, thy way of life.
Yeah.
So help me do well, not just so I can be like, I'm doing well, fuck you guys. Help me do well so people can see that I'm being of service. How can I get to that point? It's just like bringing other people up with you.
And then back to what I was kind of saying
Man,
was
I really fucked up that third step.
that's
prayer.
okay. No one's God's not watching. God doesn't listen to the
It's
podcast.
like, tisk
Um, but what I was saying was I'm realizing that's kind of also paradoxical to be like, I'm doing this thing. Ooh, what can I get? You can do that with everything.
Yeah.
So
So the quick and fast answer is just to do it.
there's no way to escape.
It's just
You're selfish.
no escaping. Life is meaningless. Just do it anyways. That's kind of what I landed on when I was talking to my sponsor. It was like, I feel this. I feel that. I was like, well, then tell your brain to fuck it and just do it anyways.
do what you're
I was like,
told.
that's fair.
Do the suggestions. It's all good.
Yeah.
Okay, I think we did it.
I think we did it.
Congrats.
I'm so excited for Napoleon coming out with Thanksgiving. I'm going to be the first customer.
I'll see it. I'll definitely see it.
And he's a complex character, and I think Ridley Scott's going to do a really good job telling
I
him.
think this will really shed some light on who Napoleon really is.
I hope so. I hope he gets the credit he deserves.
Yeah.
I'm like I've said before, I'm a big Napoleon stan.
Yeah.
France needed somebody to kick it in its nuts and set it straight, and he did.
So next week we will get back. Well, steps 8 and 9, and everyone's favorite. Make amends.
Make a DM.
It's all juicy from here on out.
Oh yeah.
It's nothing but gravy.
And then we get into.
Day.
I can't wait till we get into the weird chapters of
Yeah.
like when they, to wives and the family
Oh,
afterwards.
everyone's favorite at a meeting.
Ooh, mwah.
The chapter when you announce you're
really
reading
dated.
it. There's audible groans in the meeting. It's like,
There's a lot to riff on to Wives in the Family afterwards.
Yes, we're gonna have a ball. All right, everyone. Thank you for listening. It's been so good.
Come see us
God.
on YouTube. We're just like, we never look at the camera.
Yeah,
We're just doing this.
Yeah, but we're on YouTube.
Yeah.
And there's something I did that Drew didn't see, and see if you can catch it. So goodbye.
Were you talking about your new podcast?
My penis was out.
Oh.
Yeah, my penis was out the whole time.
Oh, I really didn't see it.
No, I did something with the cup. You have to go watch yourself. Drew's homework for next week is see if he got the thing.
Great. Now I have to watch our thing on. I don't watch or listen to any of these.
No, this is enough. Okay. I love you.
Love you guys. Mwah.